Some men see things and ask why, but I dream things that never were and say, why not? The words of George Bernard Shaw, they are appropriate to begin our special report, Climb Every Mountain. Imagine you're approaching the twilight of your life. You're in the middle of an incredible quest to reach the peaks of the seven summits, the world's tallest mountains. We have a man right here at home who's doing just that. His name is Gary Irvin, and here is his story. In the nooks and crannies of a tri-state woods, he walks uphill.
And it's something that's called to me. This is 40 pounds in my pack, and another 60 pounds will be on a sled. That's what the tires to simulate kind of the sled and the weight of the rest of the gear that I got to pack.
Gary Irvin remains on his mission, pushing his fears aside.
Getting on top of a mountain like that is almost an escape from it. You care about the people you climb with. You care about the Sherpa that are there to help you get to the top.
But the danger, the risks are still there.
So I respect, the danger. And the time that I quit respecting it is when it will get me. So
he's climbed the tallest mountains on this earth. These peaks are in an elite club, the Seven Summits, from Kilimanjaro to Everest.
The violence of the 50-mile-an-hour wind, the brutal cold, just made all of your senses just wide open or alive.
The oddity of this memoir is timing.
Where do you go from here?
January 6th, I leave for Antarctica.
Gary Irvin started the quest of his life past what most of us would call our prime. Consider this. Gary is 61 years old. Want to tell him to stop now? Good luck with that.
I got to lay it all out, and then I'll pack it. This gear plus my fuel, food, is going to be about 100 pounds.
This is more than a story about a man climbing mountains. It's a love story. Lisa Irvin has fretted. She has seen what this grueling ascent can do to a man, to a husband.
So I had both physical and mental type of scars. That's what pushed me to go back, but it's also what scared my family. They kind of saw what I went through.
My prayer the last time was just not that he would summit, but that he would go as far as he could and then return home safely.
Lisa and Gary Irvin married in 1984. The adventure began, raising a family, building the American dream, and going places, often looking up. But during the first Mount Everest climb in 2016, he came just 200 yards short of reaching the summit. So it was back home, back to training, climbing a high-rise staircase.
Don't let anybody else define your own happiness, right?
Loading his backpack with his grandson, pushing his body to the limit, he was ready. But there would be a major risk during the second attempt on Everest.
It was on our climb to Camp 2, the first time to 21,000 feet. It was real cold that night. I just had my grandson. I stayed up late the night before.
Gary Irvin faced a day of reckoning.
Ended up freezing my larynx and pharynx. I couldn't speak. They sent me back to Kathmandu by helicopter. Spent 4 days in the hospital.
He recovered. You think that would be enough drama. But Gary wanted to go back and finish the climb. Why?
A lot of people ask that. I wasn't done.
Several weeks later, Gary Irvin climbed to the top and looked down at the clouds.
I was at 29,035 feet. You're above the most of the atmosphere. As I get home and I look at what I thought was important, and there's a very few things that actually are important.
A man towing a tire and with a backpack on a logging trail, there always will be another peak on this earth to touch. Shelley, a footnote on this. Lisa Urban, obviously a very dedicated wife who's been very supporting, but she knows a thing or two about mountain climbing. She's been climbing with Gary on some of the mountains he's climbed, and so has members of his family. So it's an incredible team effort, but to think that he is doing this at the age of 61.
It is remarkable for anyone, but like you said, for someone of his age. And I remember when he was on Everest and they had to pull him off because of his, I didn't realize he had frozen his larynx and pharynx.
Right.
That's amazing that he went right back up there.
Yeah, he got clear by the doctors, but I said, why in heaven's name did you want to go back by chopper and keep going? He was up about 20,000 feet already, and he said, I just wanted to do it. And he reached the
He wasn't
summit.
done. He said he wasn't
Right.
done.
And I want to
amazing.
thank Chief Photographer John Simpson for shooting and editing this story for us.